Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you my massive collection of phones and also just like kind of my whole setup here. So if you've ever watched my previous videos, you don't know about this, but recently I have taken an interest to buying these old phones. This is actually my main phone that I use every day. I don't really know why I put that in there, but just buying these old phones and fixing them up and selling them. Some of the ones in here are my personal devices, but most of these came from a big lot. I've bought a lot of tablets and a lot of phones, and then I bought another lot of phones too. I was gonna make an unboxing video of that, but it didn't come. So it was supposed to come yesterday. It hasn't. It didn't come. It didn't come today either, and so I'm still waiting for that to show up. Hopefully it comes Monday, but I'm not sure. Today is Saturday as of recording this, but the mail has already come, so it's not coming. It just seems to be stuck in St. Louis, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so this is just going to be a video of like all the tools that I use to repair these and what devices that I have, what is currently for sale. I'm selling them on eBay, and I've doing pretty good. I'm making a lot of money actually. But yeah, so I'm just going to show you guys what devices I've gotten so far and what's going on with each of them. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys all the devices that I have. This is an iPhone 6s, 32 gigabyte. I think it's locked to AT&T. There's nothing special about it. It's on iOS. It's on like the latest version of iOS. This is the phone that I use every day. This is just my daily phone. This is a Samsung Galaxy A25. It's unlocked, 128 gigabyte, 6 gigabytes of RAM. And it's got a really good camera, but the reason I'm not recording with it is because the microphone is actually really disappointing on it. The microphone's actually really bad. I was expecting it to be a lot better, but I'm currently recording on a gold Galaxy S5, 32 gigabyte, or sorry, S6, and that is locked to US Cellular. So I'm using that to record this video because the audio sounds good coming from that. This is my grandma's old Galaxy S5, and so I'm not going to be selling or resetting that. These ones are not for sale. This one is for sale on my eBay. I'll link that in the description. This is an iPod Touch 2nd generation and an iPod Touch 4th generation. I'm going to power this one on because it's pretty cool. They're both running the latest version of iOS. Nothing special with this one. It's not for sale either. This is a Samsung Galaxy Centura. Nothing special about it. This is a Motorola E. That one's for sale. It's cracked, but there's nothing special about it either. This is a Galaxy S5 that's black. This is 16 gigabyte, and nothing special about it really. It is running Android 5, but these are downgradable to Android 5 anyway. It's not downgradable to Android 4, so nothing special about it. It's on Binary 2 already. This is a BLU phone. I don't even really know what this is, but it's for sale on my eBay as well. This is an iPod Touch 5th generation. I'll go ahead and power that one on and show it to you guys. Nothing terribly interesting about that one, but it's got Flappy Bird on it, but it's not. I'll tell more about that in a minute. But this iPod, it's jailbroken, and I've got tweaks installed on there, so that way the App Store still works on it. Because this is iOS 6, and if you've ever tried to use iOS 6 recently, then you know the App Store doesn't work on it. But the App Store actually works just fine on here. You can see I was trying to download CPUX, but it can't download it on this iOS 6, and it's actually surprising how many apps can still run on this. And yeah, you can see the App Store still works, or the App Store works now after installing a couple tweaks. I might make a full video about that, but probably not. Geometry Dash works. All of these apps that I've installed work. Flappy Bird I sideloaded. All the rest of them I actually installed from the App Store. I installed a lot more apps than this, and these were the only ones that worked, but it's still a significant amount of apps considering how this thing only has 256 megs of RAM. So that is pretty crazy. I thought this thing was really cool. It's got a camera. I really love this old camera UI. Probably don't have this close enough for you to really see it, but this it's really cool the way it's like a old style shutter switching between camera and video, and the quality is actually surprisingly decent for how old this is. And then yeah, so all of these apps work. Um, all of these apps work. These are some of just the apps I installed. And you can see I did sideload the original Flappy Bird, and it works. So I think that Flappy Bird is pretty cool. But yeah, so that one is pretty cool. That one's not for sale. Some of these devices I'm giving away to people. This one I also got the original Flappy Bird on it, but it's side-loaded as well. But this one is not jailbroken. I was gonna sell this one with and say it had the original Flappy Bird, but it was side-loaded. Um, but eBay wouldn't let me, which is kind of strange. So, but I will probably eventually sell this one. Try to turn it off. And then we have an iPhone SE here. SE, it's got a couple dents back here, which is not the greatest, but it's pretty good condition. Nothing wrong with it. Touch ID works, everything. Battery's decent. That one is for sale. 32 gigs. These are both 8 gigs, by the way. There we have some ZTE phone. I don't really know what this is. I think that one is for sale, yeah. And then we have an iPhone 6 here. I will go ahead and power this one on because it's kind of interesting. And then here we have an iPhone SE second generation. This was my previous phone. I was using this before I started using the A25. And then I also had a Z Flip 3 before that, but the Z Flip 3, it broke, unsurprisingly, because I bought it used for like $75. It only worked for like 3 or 4 months, so, but it was really, really nice. I love that Z Flip 3, but they just don't have enough durability. So this one I'm keeping. Some of these I'm keeping just because I like them. Some of them I'm keeping because they have data on them. And then here we have an iPhone 6. This one has actually been iCloud bypassed. And it has TikTok on it still. I installed TikTok from the App Store before it got banned. And this one, it's been bypassed from iCloud. It had activation lock, and it has been bypassed. But I didn't use a very effective method to bypass it, so the method I used, in that method, when I originally got this device, it actually did have, it was actually on a passcode lock screen, so I could have saved the activation ticket and everything for this, but I didn't do that correctly, so now it can't get cellular data or anything. And I think you can change the serial number of it and then get it fully bypassed, but it has TikTok on it, so I don't want to reset it. So I don't really know what to do with that. Here we have an iPhone 5. This one has been iCloud bypassed as well, but this one I use the correct method of bypass, so it does still carry your cellular, and Find My and everything works on it, because I use the correct method of bypassing. And it has had the screen replaced once, but the battery is in extremely good health. Also, this one is unlocked 64 gig silver, and it's had the screen and battery replaced. The battery is really bad health, and the screen is a cheap, crappy one. But that is an unlocked 64 gig, so it would have been really nice to bypass that one correctly. But this one, you can see cellular is working. I don't have a SIM card in it, and the battery health is extremely good on this one. It's only got like 230 charge cycles, which is extremely good for an iPhone 5. It also, I saved blobs for it for iOS. I saved SHSH blobs for it, which means I will be able to downgrade it back to iOS 9.3.4. And this, everything works on this. It's got a cracked screen and the housing is not in very good shape. I might fix this one up. I don't know. This one I'm currently not selling though. It's on the newest iOS version, but I can downgrade it to iOS 9.3.4, or I could also downgrade it to iOS 8 with the OTA blobs method. And then here we have a Motorola Nexus 6. This one, it's in pretty good condition, no major scratches or anything, no screen burn in, nothing like that. It is 32 gigabytes, but it is locked to AT&T. I believe it is not paid off, so it actually might be blacklisted. I don't know. I'm not really sure. That one I might sell, though. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell that one, but I haven't really decided yet for that one. And here we have an iPod Touch 5th generation. Nothing special about this. It's 8 gigabytes, and it says that up there. So that's kind of annoying. This one, the battery is, it needs a new battery, though. So I might keep that someday for when I can actually replace the batteries on those. And then that's the same thing with these two, except I'm actually just selling these ones for parts on my eBay for someone who actually does know how to repair those. And then here we have a Galaxy S8, which even with this catastrophic damage, you can see it has a different battery in it. This is a battery from a Galaxy S6, but this is a Galaxy S8, and the screen is completely destroyed. But even with all that damage, the phone still works perfectly fine, which is pretty crazy. The touch is fully responsive, and the screen obviously has a huge thing in it, but it still works, which is pretty crazy. When I got this one, it had an expanded battery, and was actually, when I got this, the screen was completely green. It wouldn't display anything correctly at all. And then I literally just pressed really hard right here, and somehow that fixed the screen. But I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Eventually, I don't know what it's doing. It's kind of lagging. But I did. What is it doing? This touchscreen's working. Okay. Anyway, that's kind of glitching out, but that's kind of crazy because it actually still works, and even the camera and everything still works. The touch is working, I just don't, it's just glitching out. Okay, maybe the touch is not working, I don't know. No, the touch is working fine. I don't know what this thing is doing. Guess I'll just shut that off. Really have no idea what is going on with that. But it does work perfectly fine. It's just kind of glitching out. This is 64 gig unlocked too. It boots with T-Mobile, but that's just because I put a T-Mobile SIM card in it, because for some reason the Verizon SIM card that was in there was not allowing me to use the hotspot, so I put a T-Mobile SIM in there. This is a Samsung Galaxy Luna, locked to track phone. I think it's like 8 gigs. That one is for sale. Sorry. This is a Motorola E5. It works perfectly fine, no major damages. It is slightly bent. I did fully take it apart, and I just started bending the frame to try to get it to bend back. But it will not. I mean, I got it bent back. It was way more bent than this when I got it, but it's still not fully bent back. But that one is for sale. But I did get it most of the way bent back. It was a lot worse than that. And then here we have an iPhone 7, 32 gigabyte. Nothing really terribly interesting about that. I think it's locked to track phone. That one's also for sale on my eBay store. This is an iPhone 8. I'll take this out of the case, I guess. You can see this one, it's in pretty poor condition. It's got something going on down there, like the paint is coming away from the glass. On this side of the housing, it's got quite a few scuffs, like right there especially, you can see. It's really bad. And then it's got some deep scratches on the screen. It's also got the bottom pentalobe screws out because I messed with this. This was one of my devices. It's really not in very good condition, but I'm not selling that. And then this is a iPhone 6s Plus, and this is probably one of the best phones that I got from that lot. You can see it's missing the bottom pentalobe screws because I took them out and I just didn't put them back in. It needs a new screen though because the edges of the screen are black. I don't really know what happened there. I'm coughing. But this one, Touch ID works, everything. This one has actually had the screen replaced by Apple, and I know that because the home button has been replaced, and the Touch ID still works. So I know this one, the screen has been replaced by Apple. It's not in great condition, but it's in functional condition. It works perfectly fine, but it does have some screen damage. The screen and battery definitely need to be replaced on this. But it's also cool because this is 128 gigs unlocked too. So that one I'm probably going to be fixing up. And then here we have, I don't even know, some Motorola phone. This is actually my mom's first ever smartphone. It's from like 2011. It's like Android 4. I don't really know. And then here we have my mom's second ever phone. This is an iPhone 5. And this one is in really good condition. Basically nothing wrong with that one. It is 16 gigs unlocked. And then we have, that is all of kind of like the functional devices, I guess. And then we have some more devices down here. Here we have an iPhone, or an iPod Touch, or no, iPod Classic 6th generation 80 gigabyte. And it is not in the greatest condition. I'm definitely going to be fixing that up though because it's worth like $100. I literally just sold an iPod Classic 5.5 for $60. So, and it wasn't even in good condition either. It, you know, it had some screen damage. The battery was okay. You know, it wasn't in very good condition. But that 5.5 sold for $60. And I mean, I sold it for like $75, and I actually made $60. So here you can see is the rest of that Galaxy S8, the back of it, and the screws and stuff. And then here we have my dad's old iPhone SE. This one just needs a new screen. It's 60 gigabyte though. I think it's unlocked. And so, I don't know, battery's in decent health. So it really just needs a new screen. And that one, the screen doesn't display anything. But I tested it with a different screen. It's 16 gigabyte gold unlocked. So that one I'm probably going to be repairing. And then also down here I have a whole bunch of flip phones. I've got, this one is boxed. This is a Motorola Razr box, but the phones aren't in there. This, hold on, let me see if this, yeah, this one shows some information on it, so I don't want to show that on camera, but that is the confirmation thing for me actually buying this slot. I was going to show that, but it's got some information on it, so you can see here we just have a whole bunch of old flip phones. Some of these are kind of cool, some of them are not. I sold some of these on eBay. I want to show you the Razrs though, because those are pretty cool in my opinion. But yeah, we have this Razr V3. This is a red one. This one was not working, but then I took it and I swapped the logic board with one of the silver ones, because both of the silver ones were working. And then I wanted to get the red one working, so basically now one of the red ones function, and now one of the silver ones function. Let me see, is this the one that, this one is not the one that's functional. These two are the razors that work perfectly fine. I believe these are perfectly good, but they need new batteries. So the batteries don't charge at all. But I don't know if that's a board level issue or not. But I took these all apart, and they're actually really cool on the inside. They're kind of, I mean, they look like a modern phone. I wouldn't expect them to look that, kind of modern, I guess. And then this is the box that I keep all of these phones in. At least the ones I'm not. This is the box of phones I put phones I'm not selling in. I also have a 80 gigabyte external hard drive here. Put all these back in. Also, I forgot. I also have this Galaxy A11, but it is Google FRP locked, and it's got a cracked screen, but it does work fine with no LCD damage. So this one I'm selling for parts because I don't know how to get the FRP off. It's kind of crazy that I can bypass activation lock, but not FRP. So if anybody knows how to bypass FRP on like the A11, then you could tell me in the comments. I have no idea how to bypass it on there. I found some videos, but none of them worked. This one is on the newest possible firmware though, so I don't know how to bypass it. Okay, and then here I have all my devices that need like a board level repair or a micro soldering repair of some kind. Here we have an iPhone 5C with all of the parts. This one can't go into recovery mode for some reason, but it actually does go into DFU mode, so it's weird. But I can't restore it because if you connect it to iPhones to iTunes in DFU mode and try to restore it, basically when it tries to enter recovery mode to actually start the restore, because even from DFU mode, you actually do have to enter recovery mode before you can restore it. Basically, it just fails to enter recovery mode every time, so the OS can't be reflashed. So I really have no idea what's wrong with that one. Here we have my iPod Nanos that need new batteries. I have a third generation here. This one is 8 gigabytes, so I do want to fix this one. The battery's already been replaced once, but it needs to be replaced again because it's expanded. We have a fully disassembled iPod Nano 5th generation. I took it apart without breaking anything somehow, and it just needs the new battery soldered on. I actually already have 2 replacement batteries for the Nano 5th gen because I thought that I could fix those, and then it couldn't solder on the new battery because I don't have a solderer or anything. Here we have an iPod Classic 3rd generation and an iPhone 4 logic board. This goes to the iPhone 4 CDMA. The iPhone 4 CDMA has got major water damage, so probably won't be fixable even with micro soldering. The iPod Classic 3rd generation, I think I could definitely fix with micro soldering. What actually happened to this one was, so if you know about the iPod Classic 3rd gen, it's kind of got an interesting story. It actually requires 12 volts to charge, but normally most devices only take 5 volts to charge. But it has a regular 30-pin adapter, you can see there, 30-pin lightning. And so then, basically what I decided to do, because I didn't have a FireWire charger or anything, I think that's what it's called, basically I just took a regular 30-pin cable and then I spliced it onto a 12-volt adapter. And I think that would have actually worked to charge it, but I thought that red would mean negative on the cord, because that would make sense, right? But red is actually positive, so I ended up splicing those backwards, and that burned up a little component on the board. But it looks like it'd be really easy to replace that one component. It looks like it didn't damage anything else, so I think I could definitely fix that with micro soldering. And here we have a Galaxy S6 with a good screen, good everything in there. It works perfectly, everything except for the logic board. And the logic board, I don't really know what's wrong with this one, honestly. I think it's got like a microscopic amount of water damage that must have damaged something. But I don't know. It just gets super hot and charges the battery, but it doesn't ever boot up. It shows a purple light instead of booting up. So, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that one. And then here in this box, I have my devices that are not worth repairing, basically, but I could repair. Probably. So, first off, so like these are the devices that are for parts. The first thing we have here is a Galaxy S4. When you boot this one up, it is actually charged. So it charges the battery perfectly fine. I can feel it vibrate there. And I believe it is not actually locked to a passcode. This one's got the battery and everything, but you can see when you boot it up, the screen gets a bunch of green lines in it, and the screen just doesn't ever work. Even though it's not cracked at all, and it looks perfect. It's got like no scratches. You can hear the boot up noise there. And the touch screen actually even works on it. So, I think sometimes you can actually get it to make the unlock noise, but it's kind of finicky. I don't know. I think maybe the power button is like finicky too. I don't know. But yeah, that one just needs a new screen, so it's basically for parts. This one is a Galaxy J3 Mission. No battery. The screen is broken. It's got major water damage. The board actually might be fine in this because the board didn't look terribly water damaged. But I don't know. I don't know if the board's good or not. I really have no idea. But the housing, pretty much everything would need to be replaced. And this is, like, pretty much the only thing good about this is, like, the cameras and home button and stuff like that are the only thing good from that. But the board might be fine. I really don't know. So that one's also for parts. And then here we have an iPhone 3G, 8GB. This one just needs a new battery, I think. But I probably won't fix that because I believe, basically with this one, what I was trying to do, I was trying to splice a external battery onto the BMS board to see if I could get it to boot up. And I just had it sitting on my desk, and then it actually fell off my desk, and it broke off the digitizer cable. So I think the digitizer is broken, but I can't get it to boot up. So I think that one needs a new digitizer. Basically, that just means the touch screen. The touch screen is actually separate from the LCD on these, though, so that one needs a new touch screen and a new battery. But it's probably not worth repairing. And then here we have a bag of iPhone 4 and 4S parts. This has two iPhone 4 CDMAs and one iPhone 4S. All the parts for them. Really, these just need new screens, honestly. Yeah. They've all got bad screens and are taken apart, obviously. But I believe all they need is new screens. And the iPhone 4S, I don't think I can fix that one because it's got a iCloud lock, and you can't bypass the A5 without an Adreno board. I think I'm saying that right, I don't know. Or a MacBook, and I don't have either of those things. And it's been reset too, so. But the iPhone 4, the other iPhone 4 is the one that I could potentially fix pretty easily. And because that one is not reset, and it is got everything good on it except for the screen. And they all have FMI turned on. And then the other iPhone 4 is the iPhone 4 logic board that I showed you. I put it over there, but I kept the rest of it in here. So that's all of our 4 parts devices. And then I've got a whole bunch of tablets here. This is a Vankyo S30 tablet. It's working. Reset, it works perfectly. That one is for sale. And then this is another Vankyo S30. Just needs a new digitizer, new touchscreen, but the LCD is separate on that as well. These are two older Android tablets. And then this is another S30. This one I'm actually selling as is on my eBay. And this one I'm selling for good, as good. And this one basically same issue. And then this On tablet, again, kind of same issue. Got a bad LCD as well, I think. That one has FRP, but I think the Vankyo one doesn't. And then these two older Android tablets. I'm going to sell this as a lot of broken tablets on my eBay. It's not currently listed because I wanted to, in the lot that I just bought, it has some tablets like this coming. So I wanted to maybe mess around with these some more before I sell them. But I've already done all the messing around I can with the Vankyo and On tablet. So that will probably be getting sold as a lot fairly soon of just tablets. I don't really know because I don't really have anything to do with those. I mean, I've done everything I want to do with them. And these I'm selling as, this one I'm selling as is, and this one is fully functional with no cracks. And then I've got a couple more things. I'll go ahead and just take the camera with me over here. Here I have two more tablets that have cracked screens, Vankyo S30. Turn on the light, that'd probably help. Then here I just have all of my boxes that are for devices in a case there too. You can see I have this connection kit. Basically these are just all the boxes that I've received that came with devices. They are mostly just for my personal devices. I don't keep things in the boxes though because I don't know, I just don't feel like it, but I save the boxes. Here is just broken parts, like old batteries, old screens, cases and stuff. I don't really know why I keep that. It's pretty much just garbage. Oh man, I can smell battery acid smell when I open that box. And then over here, this is all of the things that I use to fix electronics. I've got a toothbrush for cleaning, rubbing alcohol. I don't know why I have this candy here. Some adapters here. Those are useful for testing things. This one I can use to connect a mouse to devices with USB-C and test if their touchscreen's not working. And then here we just have a bunch of stuff for repairing electronics. I'm missing my spudger somehow, so that's really annoying. And then just kind of some miscellaneous stuff. I got a ton of USB storage here for some reason. Some of this came in my lot. Okay, so phone I was recording with just died, but luckily it saved the video. The battery didn't actually fully die. Basically what happens is when you're using the camera and recording video, it really consumes a lot of power, and so then sometimes that will cause the battery to just not deliver the correct voltage. Basically, on older batteries, they'll not stop working correctly, and then they'll die. It'll shut off even though the battery's not dead. But yeah, anyway, so I'm just going to go over this again because I'm not quite sure where it stopped recording. But I think where I was at was these USB drives. So I got these all from my last, no, I didn't. I got some of them from my last lot. I think these ones, let me see which ones. Anyway, yeah, some of these I got from my last lot, but that's just a bunch of random USB storage. This is E6000 glue. No matter who you are, I'd recommend buying this stuff because it's actually amazing. It's called liquid adhesive. E6000 is the kind I'm buying. I think E8000 works too. I don't know, but basically what this stuff is, it's basically super glue, except it is not nearly as messy and is actually better for pretty much everything. This is what a lot of time, if you don't have pre-cut adhesive to seal the phone back up, then you use that. I also used it to attach this to this um, metal post here, whatever it is. And you can see it's really solid. I attached it on there with that. That is for my light here. Really would recommend that to anyone. You can buy them in big tubes. I got a 4-pack of these small tubes. It's really good. The only disadvantage of it is it has to be held in place till it dries, or otherwise it won't dry correctly. And it's also super nice because if you get it on your fingers, you can literally just like rub it off and it'll come right off. Here I have a microscope. It's actually really good. I use this to check for board damage. And then here I got a wireless charger so I can test phones with wireless charging. Phones that support wireless charging, like if they're not charging, their charging port might be bad, I can use that to test that. And then here I just got a wad of chargers that I was going to use to test phones. Like I said, the lot was supposed to come yesterday. I'm really mad that did not come. But yeah, so hopefully it'll come Monday though. It's supposed to come yesterday, Friday. I really hate USPS. They're so bad. And then this cord is not long enough. Alright, okay, so I got a extension cord up here at the top. Starting at the top. This is a part for a dishwasher. This is the circuit board for our dishwasher. We got the circuit board in ours stopped working, and we bought a new circuit board. And then the new circuit board didn't work, and that is this one. The new circuit board didn't work, and we bought it off of eBay, and they gave us a refund, so we didn't have to return it. So it's just sitting there. It doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong with it. And then here we got an 80 gigabyte hard drive. I can't really use it for anything because it doesn't use SATA. Here we have a digital picture frame that I have no idea what's wrong with it. It just stopped working. I took it apart, couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. It's a pretty old one, so it's not worth much. Here we have a keyboard that can also be used for testing. I haven't really used it. Here I got a box for a dimmer, some kind. Here I do actually have a solderer. What is this camera doing? Okay, I don't know why the camera is so fuzzy. I don't know what it's doing, but that I lost the screw for that, so I can't even test to see if it would work or not. I don't really. So I tried to use it, and then I accidentally dropped the screw out. Here we have a couple tablets. These are all. Here we have an iPad 2, 32 gigabytes. It's got the touch screen is kind of broken. That was from my mom as well. And we have an iPad Air. It's got a shattered screen and the touch screen's totally glitching out. And the home button's broken. So it needs a new screen. These both need a new screen, but I don't know if I'll actually replace them. And then here we have a ZTE tablet. That one came with a case. I got that one free. It came with a case and a screen protector, and it's actually pretty nice. It only runs Android 6, which sucks. But it's got a huge battery, and it has a case, and the screen is pretty big, so it's really nice. And here we have a Samsung tablet. It's got a nice case and screen protector. And that one works perfectly fine. It runs Android 7, but it's really slow. And then here I've got my voltmeter. I got a voltmeter there, and then I got a USB-C to lightning dongle, and I got my sunglasses here. I kind of use those as safety goggles. And then here I just have a bunch of stuff that was for my desk. That's like, it's these things in that bag, and also just like leftover screws and stuff. And then here we have a whole bunch of stuff. This is my mouse pad. I moved it out of the way because I was planning on making a video unboxing the phones, but they didn't show up. So, and then here we have actually, this is a lighter. This is one of those fancy new lighters that are on a chargeable battery. They're really nice. I don't know what the camera's doing. It's got the lighting in here is not very good, so that's why the camera is doing that. And then just have some razor blade, scissors stuff. And then in here we've just got about 7 million cables. Some of these work, some of them are chewed through, because my cat loves to chew through cables. Got another mouse in there that works, but it's not optical, so it's pretty crappy. I've got all kinds of adapters. I've got a router in here. Basically just all kinds of cables and everything. A lot of them don't work, but a lot of them do work. I also have some other like cheap tools and stuff in there. I don't think there's really anything terribly interesting in there. Here I just got a bunch of more stuff. Tape, rubber bands, aluminum foil. Always need aluminum foil. For some reason I got some peanut butter there. Batteries, screws, more USB storage. Here I have another razor blade, but it's super flimsy, so it doesn't really do anything. Here I have like that's a screen replacement for an iPhone 11, but it's just the old screen that I replaced. Here's the rest of that E6000, and I have a Chromebook here that's broken. I got a battery pack down there and that that thing. And then here's another optical mouse that the right click is a little bit messed up, like I don't know, that one I could fix, but I don't need it. So, and then here, this is the battery for my laptop, which, speaking of that, this is my laptop that I use. This is what I use for doing all of the bypasses and things. If I ever do make a video on how to do like iCloud bypasses or things like that, it'll be filmed from this. It's got a 250 gig SSD, 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM. Pretty nice. I got this for free from someone, and then it works. The battery's really bad health though, so I leave it out of the laptop because the battery life only lasts an hour. So I just use it off of the charger, and then if I'm going to take it somewhere, I use the battery, but the battery only lasts like an hour, like I said, so it's not that useful. It doesn't really work very well as a laptop anymore. I could buy a new battery for it, but I just haven't. And then also, I have some microfiber cloths right here for cleaning things, and then I got some wire strippers here, and then some needle nose pliers up on this pegboard thing. And then this is my tripod. This is the angle I was recording from earlier. And then, yeah, so that is about it. That's pretty much my entire setup. Also, I have this TV here too that I can use for testing things. I don't really use that very much. Also, the only other thing that I have is this old Dell computer. It's from like 2004. It's got like a gigabyte of RAM. It's really old. It does work, but it's kind of like taken apart, as you can see. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. I messed with that and stuff. And over here, I have a camera here that I honestly could use this to record with, but this is actually a really nice camera. In here, it's pretty new. It's really good. It's got the case and everything. It was like $800 in 2011, but it's actually still really nice. It's got super good zoom, and it does record in 1080p. But the only problem is it saves in like a weird video format that I can't really edit it or use it very well. Like when I import it to the computer, it just doesn't even know what it is really. Like I can't really upload it to YouTube, so it doesn't really work the greatest. So I just use this. I'm using this Galaxy S6 to record right now. Thankfully, I know that it does save the recording still, even when the battery randomly dies, so that's good to know. And then also the last thing that's down here, that this is actually really cool, is a Sega Genesis flashback. It's kind of dirty. But this is really cool because these were discontinued and there wasn't actually very many of these made, so kind of like a collector's item. I have the box and everything for it. The only thing I'm missing for it is the Player 1 controller broke, and then I probably could have fixed the Player 1 controller, but somebody threw it away, so yeah. I did buy a controller, though, for it. We paid like $80 for it, brand new, and, I mean, I see open box condition ones now going for like $150, so it seems like definitely gonna keep that. I don't know. I might try to see if I can find like all the original parts for it and stuff. Also, I was gonna tell you guys about the devices that I've sold and things. I sold an iPod Classic 5.5. I already told you about that. I also have this iPod Touch 5th generation, 30 gigabyte, that I gave to my mom. That's also one that I received in that phone lot. I also had a Galaxy A01 that I fixed and sold, as well as a bunch of Windows tablets and a Huawei MediaPad 5, I think. I don't remember. Some Huawei MediaPad something. Those are some of the devices that I've sold on my eBay already. And yeah, so that is finally it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.